Let's talk about a hidden cost, a kind of secret tax that's hitting small businesses hard. It's the founder's time tax. We're going to pull back the curtain on the absolute chaos of expense management and show you what it's really costing you and your business.
Ugh, Friday night. You should be kicking back, celebrating a week of wins, right? But instead, you're hunched over your laptop, trying to make sense of a digital pile of crumpled receipts. If that sounds painfully familiar, you're not alone. And this little annoyance, it's actually a symptom of a much bigger problem.
So that's the real question we need to get to the bottom of. What is all this chaos actually costing you? And I'm not just talking about a few dollars here and there. We're talking about missed opportunities, mounting stress, and this crippling fog that can seriously hold a business back.
To really see how this plays out, let me tell you a story about a founder we'll call Sarah. I have a feeling her little Friday night nightmare is going to resonate with a lot of you.
Okay, so picture this. Sarah is on the verge of a huge product launch, the biggest moment for her company yet. But is she prepping for it? Nope. She's stuck in a mess of digital clutter. She's squinting at blurry photos of receipts her team sent over, trying to figure out Venmo requests that are just a bunch of pizza emojis, and sorting through endless screenshots. Instead of focusing on her launch, she's trying to piece together a financial puzzle.
So Sarah's story probably hits close to home. But let's step back from the story and look at some cold, hard numbers. Because when you actually quantify this time tax, the results are, well, they're pretty eye-opening. On average, founders are losing 8 to 12 hours every single month just on expense management. Think about that. That is a full workday, sometimes more, just gone, wiped off the calendar every month. That adds up to 3 full workdays disappearing every quarter.
Now, let's put a dollar amount on that. If we say a founder's time is worth a conservative $100 an hour, we're talking about up to $1,200 in lost opportunity, just flushed away each month. That's money that you could be pumping into marketing or using to improve your product, or, just giving yourself a much-needed break.
But it's not just about the hours or the money. That's where it starts, but the damage actually compounds. It creates this thing we call financial fog that clouds your judgment. It leads to real frustration on your team, and it heaps a massive amount of stress right onto your shoulders. This financial fog is maybe the most dangerous part. It's like you're trying to fly a plane with no instruments. You can't see where you're overspending, you can't possibly forecast your cash flow, and tax season? Forget about it. It becomes a total panic. Meanwhile, your team is getting annoyed with slow reimbursements and a clunky process, which just chips away at morale.
So how do we end up in this mess in the first place? Well, ironically, it's often the tools we choose that end up making everything so much worse. They're not just tools, they're chaos accelerators. Let's look at the 2 main culprits.
So on one side, you have the trusty spreadsheet. Yeah, it seems simple at first, but it quickly turns into a version control nightmare with broken formulas and files multiplying like crazy. Then, on the other extreme, you have these massive enterprise systems. They're super powerful, sure, but they're built for giant corporations, not for a small, fast-moving team. The setup takes weeks, and the cost is just, wow. Look, the answer isn't to just work harder with broken tools. It's about finding a radically simpler system, one that's actually built for how small teams work today. Let's take a look at what that better way actually looks like.
I want you to imagine this. Logging an expense takes less time than it does to grab a coffee. Seriously. You just snap a photo or drag a file, add a couple of details with smart suggestions, and that's it. You're done. The system handles all the calculations and updates everything in real time.
The whole point here is to get clarity. With automatic balance tracking, super simple receipt attachments, and visual reports that update instantly, you finally get that clear financial picture you've been missing. You can see the health of your business in a single glance.
And that brings us to the real payoff. This isn't just about having organized finances, it's about getting back your most valuable, non-renewable resource, your focus.
Here's the bottom line. Every single hour you waste untangling a mess of expenses is an hour that's stolen directly from growing your business. So fixing this isn't just some boring admin task. It's a strategic move. It's about putting your time and energy where they actually count.
So I want to leave you with this thought. Picture your future self. It's Friday night and you're actually relaxing. You're sleeping soundly because your finances are a source of confidence, not anxiety. That future is totally possible. The only question is, what change are you going to make today to get there?